Hi everyone, Mike here from Bikes by Mike with another cycling related video. Today it's time for a product review. I'm reviewing the MAXXIS Aspen and Rekon Race mountain bike tires after one full season of use. Are these better performing tire than my previous tires, the Schwalbe Thunderburts? Keep watching to find out. Okay, let's get to it. In today's video, I'll start off explaining what tire combination I'm running on my Cannondale Scalpel and why I chose that setup. Next, I'll review the specs on both tire models and explain where each sits within the MAXXIS lineup. I'll then review how the tires have performed in a variety of trail conditions. Lastly, I'll wrap things up with my rating and final thoughts. So for over 5 years, I used Schwalbe's XC race tire, the Thunderbird. I already reviewed that tire in an earlier video, so if you haven't seen it already, you may want to check it out. Spoiler alert, I hated those tires. My feeling, and this is my own opinion, is that they are a poor choice for pretty much all cross-country riding conditions, even racing. Maybe they are fine for use as a gravel tire, but that's about it. Last year, I made two big moves in tire choice. The first was size. I went with a low volume to high volume tire setup. I was previously using either 2.25 or 2.35 inch Thunderbirds, and I'm now running 2.4 inch wide tires exclusively. The second major change is to the tire make and model. I ditched my Schwalbe Thunderbirds for MAXXIS tires. I'm now running the MAXXIS Aspen on the front and the rear wheel specific Rekon Race at the back. My objective was the same as before, to find a fast rolling XC tire suitable for both training and racing. I wish I could take credit for this tire choice, but I can't. My new Cannondale Scalpel Lab 71 came stocked with this tire setup, mounted onto Cannondale Hologram SL27 rims, which have a 27mm internal rim width. So that's why I'm running this tire combo. That said, these are the tires I really wanted to test out because you see them a lot among the World Cup XC racers. Sometimes it's the ultra slick Aspen ST tire used by Nino Schurter of the Scott Schramm team, but more often, at least for the long courses, it'll be the regular Aspen, like what Ian Ackart of Trek Future Racing uses. And some riders and some teams, like Linda Indergrand of Live Racing, prefer to run the Aspens front and rear pretty much all the time. But then other riders prefer the Aspen and Rekon Race combo, with Jens Shermans of Team Giant using the not-so-typical setup of having the Rekon Race mounted at the front instead of the back. So you definitely see teams using a variety of different configurations with these tires. Let's now look at the specs of these tires, which should help explain how, where, and why you might want to choose one or both of these two tires for your cross-country mountain bike setup. The MAXXIS Aspen and Rekon Race sits squarely within the XC, the cross-country category of the MAXXIS mountain bike tire lineup. You have the regular Aspen, which is their go-to XC tire suitable for mounting on either the front or the rear wheel. They also carry the Aspen ST model, which is a semi-slick tire best used for hard pack conditions, like short track courses. The last XC tire choice is a Rekon Race, which MAXXIS recommends as a rear use only tire. And if used that way, is said to give riders a bit less rolling resistance, yet better traction than either the Aspen or the Aspen ST. I've been testing out the Aspen at the front end of the bike and the Rekon Race at the rear for a full year. Let's compare the specs on both tires I'm running on my Cannondale Scalpel. Both tires currently retail in Canada for $111. As for available sizes, the Aspen is more limited with just 29-inch wheel diameter offerings and 2.25 and 2.4 inch width options. The Rekon Race is available for both 27.5 and 29-inch wheels and 2.25, 2.35, and 2.4 inch tire widths. I'm running 2.4 inch tires on both the front and rear, as this tire width is optimized for 25 to 30mm internal rim widths. The Aspens have a claimed weight of 756 grams and 814 grams for the tire choices I'm running. Both the Aspen and the Rekon Race come tubeless ready and with the puncture-resistant EXO casing. The Aspen is only offered in 120 TPI casing, while the Rekon Race is available in both 60 and 120 TPI. Both tires come in either the dual or max speed rubber compounds, with mine being the dual variety. And as I've already mentioned, MAXXIS recommends the Aspen for use in dry to mixed cross-country conditions on both the front and rear wheel, while the Rekon Race is strictly for dry XC courses and is a rear wheel specific tire, although you'll find many riders, including pros, choosing to run them on the front as well. I've tested these tires over a variety of terrain, including technical, rocky, and rooty trails. But I'd say most of my riding has been on hard pack XC style courses. Since up to this point, I've always run narrower tires, mostly 2.25s or even 2.2s. The first thing I noticed was the extra plushness you get with a large volume tire. Increase the volume and drop the pressure a bit, and you'll always get a more compliant ride. But without a doubt, the rubber compound used by MAXXIS and the high 120 TPI casing contributes just as much to a tire that rides super smooth over a variety of terrain. I was surprised how well the Rekon Race rear tire maintained its grip, even on steep, hard-pack, clay-based trails, where many tires struggle to maintain grip. But they held up really well and more in line with what you'd expect with a beefier trail tire. And I'd say the Aspen on the front was just as impressive. Sure, push hard, it may lose grip, but overall it performs exceptionally well on almost all XC courses and more aggressive trail conditions. So while I was expecting these tires to feel plush and have good grip for a cross-country tire, what I didn't expect was how well and how fast these tires roll. The rolling resistance on both the Rekon Race and the Aspen is very low indeed. They really are more in line with what you'd expect from an ultra-slick, narrow race tire. These are not the lightest XC tires you can buy, nor are they the slickest, but you simply don't feel the extra beefiness of the tire when it comes to rolling resistance. They are very nimble and carry speed really well. I'm a 158-pound rider and typically run 20 psi of air pressure at the rear and 18 psi at the front, which is a sweet spot for me. But since they are wide tires, I could definitely drop the pressure to 16 or 17 psi easily with no risk of bottoming out the rims. When comparing the MAXXIS to one of the most minimalist XC race tires out there, the Schwalbe Thunderburts, the MAXXIS Rekon Race and Aspen outperform the Thunderburts in all riding conditions, except for the smoothest gravel and dirt trails. I couldn't measure the rolling resistance of the MAXXIS tires, but I'm certain that they are a faster rolling tire than the Schwalbes, due in my opinion to the MAXXIS tire losing less speed due to vibration loss. I went into great detail in my review of the Thunderburts on how the inability of some tires to fully deform around bumps can cause inefficient vertical movement on the bike. This, in turn, robs you of some of the propulsive forces you're putting through the pedals as you spin your cranks. Lighter and smaller knobs are not always faster, and the Thunderburts are a good example of that. Vibration loss is a real thing. So after a full season of use, I have a good sense of the strengths and weaknesses of these two MAXXIS tires, and there really isn't much I don't like about them. They are really versatile. They are an excellent tire combo for XC racing, but they also perform exceptionally well on training rides and general trail use. And if you do feel you need a bit more grip, all you have to do is drop the air pressure down a bit, and you've essentially got a perfect trail tire. Durability-wise, I had no flats with either tire during all of last year. Of course, flats are a bit of a luck of the draw, but for me, they don't feel like an overly delicate tire like some riders have complained about. The tires are reasonably light for 2.4-inch wide tires, so no complaints there. Overall, I give them a score of 9 out of 10. And since I like them so much, I plan to continue using them for at least the rest of this season. The one change I may make when my Rekon Race needs replacing is to try to run the Aspens on both the front and rear wheels. I'm curious to see if running the Aspens on both wheels makes the ride feel even better. And if any of you viewers out there have tried that setup, please let me know in the comments section what you think of them. So that is pretty much it for my review of the MAXXIS Aspen and Rekon Race mountain bike tires. A great tire combo for anyone looking for a cross-country setup for either training or racing. That's all I got for today, folks. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you're not a subscriber to this channel, please subscribe, as it allows me to produce more content for all of you. See you next time. Happy rolling.